right, boys, so we have a top 10. The cornerback position is one that has gotten completely changed since the last time I did the top 10. We've had Team Diamonds. We've had a couple cards come out in the most feared. There's a lot of really good corners in the game. As you guys know, they have to counter the best position, probably the most stacked position in the game right now, the wide receiver. So this is a very important list, but I hope you guys enjoy the video. We always do top 10s. We do gameplays on all the brand new cards. So make sure to hit that sub button if you are new here. We're on that road to 20K. We are so close. I appreciate you guys all. And let's get into number 10. So at number 10, we have our only 90 speed corner in the game. The only 90 speed corner on this list. Everybody else is 91 or 92 speed. Night Train Lane, although when I've used everybody that was, I think speed is really king right now, especially, you got to remember, every single wide receiver right now that is super meta is like 6'3" and above. We have a 6'8" wide receiver, we have a couple 6'5". So when you look at corners, you got to realize you're gonna get dunked on no matter who you put out there. There's not a single tall corner in the game that is super meta right now. So right now I'm kind of not valuing his height as much unless they're completely tied in stats, and then I'll take the taller guy. But right now I'm looking at stats mainly in speed. But Night Train Lane, he comes with the stats, the speed, the height for being a 90 speed guy, you know what I mean, compared to the other 90 speed guys. He's really solid though. 90 man, 90 zone coverage out here. He's always pretty good in the box too. It's 77 block shed and an 89 power for a corner this year is actually pretty good. At the end of the day, Night Train Lane's always gonna bowl. I love his discounted ability too. He does get that 1 AP pick artist, which I feel like pick artist right now is becoming a very, it was meta last year, but it's coming very meta again this year, because you guys know it helps the little guys, it helps the little corners, the little safeties against the tall wide receivers. They can get up there and catch it through their bodies sometimes. That's the ability I'm using right now because all the corners in the game are so small. All right, boys, so at number 9, we do have Ty Law right here. Another really solid corner in the game, 91 speed. Like I told you guys, a lot of these guys on this list are very short. I think the tallest guy we have on here is 6'1". Believe it or not, I think the tallest guy we have is 6'1". That's how small the corners are in the game, the meta corners. So when it comes to height, I'm not really like a 5'11" to a 6'1". You're gonna get dunked on by, like I said, the meta guys anyways. So Ty Law is gonna play pretty well for you out there with 90 man, 91 zone coverage. You'll notice a lot of these corners do have under 90 play rec. So I think hitting that 90 play rec is a big deal. You'll notice a lot of those guys are higher up on the list. But Ty Law is one out there. I'm pretty sure he gets 1 AP pick artist as well, which is a very good ability. Like I said, if you're smaller on the field, for example, I used Tyrann Mathieu, the LTD yesterday when he first came out. I love pick artists. It helped a lot against really good tall corner or tall wide receivers in the game. I think you should be using it if you're going out there with these smaller corners. Number 8, we have one of my favorite cards in the game, REVIS, otherwise known as REVIS Island. 91 speed on him as well. You'll notice a lot of these cards do look pretty similar, right? You'll notice he has barely any different stats. You have a 91 man, a 91 zone. He has 93 press. There's same exact height, same exact speed. REVIS is a very good card in the game. He has some really good discounted man abilities. He doesn't get that pick artist discounted, so if you want a discounted pick artist, you could go Ty Law instead. But REVIS has a little bit tiny better stats. Almost the exact same card here. You can't go wrong with either him or Ty Law. Number 7, we have AENEAS Williams. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing that right? I don't know. Somebody will probably correct me in the comments. But another 91 speed, 5'11" corner. We're getting a lot of the same cards in the game, and you'll notice they're all under 90 play rec as well. They all have very similar man and zone right here. The only reason I took him a little bit higher is because the agility. He has just a tiny bit higher agility. But like I said, you can't go wrong with either of the last 3 guys. They're almost the exact same card. Almost completely identical. You can go with the cheapest one if you want. You can go with the one you like the most. For example, like I like REVIS the most out of the last 3. You could go with whatever one you want, but I think AENEAS with a tiny bit better agility right here, I'm going to take him over the last 2 guys. So at number 6, we have Charles Woodson. We're finally kind of getting a different card here. A 6'1" player. So basically the tallest one we've seen on the list, or a tied. Obviously, we saw Night Train Lane. 91 speed on him. Very good card, right? The Excel at 89, which I didn't notice too much. I know a lot of people always talked about that when it first came out, that it's lower than speed. I didn't notice it too much. He was a really good card out there for me. He does get that 1 AP pick artist as well. Another guy with under 90 play rec at 87 right here. He does have both his man and zone above 90 as well. Woodson's a card I feel like played amazing for me. He got the flat zone KO too if you want to use that instead any sort of cover 2 if you're a big cover 2 guy. Woodson's a very good card in the game. I'm telling you guys, you can get a lot of very good plays with him. I love, like I said, pick artist. If you can get it for 1 AP, you have a special place in my heart. But at the end of the day, when you take the pick artist off of him, he's a solid heighted corner, very solid speed in the game, and he has both his man and zone above 90. Beautiful to me. At number 5, we have SAMARI ROLLE right here, and SAMARI ROLLE is actually kind of nuts. When you look at his just base statistics, obviously he has 91 speed. We have a couple 92 speed guys in the game. That would have been awesome if he was 92. He would probably be a top 3 in the game if he had 92. But when you look at him, he has 93 agility, or 93 excel, 95 agility. That is like insane. You never see that happening where the agility is so much higher than the speed. 95 is crazy. This is the only card, believe it or not, I've not been able to try out on the list, but I know most corners play similar to their stats. That's how they've always been. Another guy that doesn't hit that 90 player we'd love to see. He also is one of the first guys in the list, or the first guy in the list, that doesn't have a 90-man coverage. But I would feel like at this time of the game, if you are going to use a guy like SAMARI ROLLE, probably have that +1 at minimum, at least minimum +1 man coverage to get that above 90, so you can mix it up, have a hybrid defense. He does have really good zone as well. I like SAMARI ROLLE in the game. He doesn't get the pick artist that I feel like is kind of needed right now in the game for most defenses, but SAMARI ROLLE right now a really good card in the game. Definitely top 5 corner. All right, so at number 4, we have TRACY Porter, and if you've watched the last couple of our gameplays here, the most feared, TRACY Porter has been picking off everybody. I got him literally right away when he came out on Team of the Week. I love that he gets 0 AP tip drill. He gets, I forget other ability he gets, but he gets a 0 AP ability. Tip drill, you guys know people are throwing high balls all the time, so the ball is bouncing off everybody. But the thing I love about him, he is the first card on this list with above 90 play rec. That is awesome to me. He has 92 man. I feel like everybody has the zone or the zone strat cards. I don't have the man one, so that's why a guy like SAMARI ROLLE is a little bit harder. I feel like everybody has like at least the in the zone KO strat card, so you can at least get that up to a 90 zone pretty easily. But he's a card that is also our first 92 speed guy in the list, the first guy with 90 play rec, a 0 AP ability on him. TRACY Porter, I'm telling you guys, has played amazing for me despite him only being 5'11". At number 3, we have DEANGELO Hall, another shorter corner right here at 5'10", but hey, when you look at his stats, he is absolutely nuts. He has 92 speed on him, 94 excel, which has been crazy, just crazy. 92 agility. His play rec, I know it's not above 90. You could put TRACY Porter above if you want, but I do love that he has insane man and zone. I'm only taking him because he does have that zone threshold. I know there's at least 20 to 30, maybe even it's a higher percent that I'm thinking of that don't have the zone strat card. So having a guy that will have already above 90 zone is going to help you a lot. You can go use other strat cards if you want. So I think DEANGELO Hall, and also gets that 1 AP pick artist, is a little bit more valuable in the game than a TRACY Porter right now, but definitely those cards are very close to me on this list right here, both in the top 5 regardless. And here we go at number 2. STEPHON GILMORE is a very good card. I did end up picking him back up. I love him in the game. I love him. He is a 6'1" corner, 92 speed. He has 90 90 play rec. The one that I keep telling you guys I feel like is a big deal if you're playing any sort of man or zone in the game. I feel like even if you're running any match, it's a big deal right now. He has really good press. The only thing that you'll notice will be a little bit worse than the guy we're gonna have at number 1. Take a look at that agility. 87 agility on GILMORE is a little bit low for a guy with 92 speed and being a 92 overall, but other than that, when you look at him statistically, the abilities are very good on him as well. I know the pick artist, I don't know, it's not going to say what other abilities he gets, but STEPHON GILMORE, I'm telling you guys, definitely has to be in your lineup if you're rocking any sort of a God Squad, or even if you just want top tier corners. And at number 1, I do have JALEN RAMSEY, and JALEN RAMSEY, I got to use him all day yesterday. I even used him today in the Josh Allen gameplay, and he had himself a pick in that gameplay. This card, I don't know if it's because he's a new card or whatever they do to JALEN RAMSEY's player model. I don't know what they do to his coding, but he always absolutely balls. You guys know that. He's a big name value as well. That's why he's going for a lot of coins compared to a lot of the master and the most feared promo. But he's a 6'1" guy, 92 speed, very similar to GILMORE right there. But I do like that he gets that agility, which I feel like agility is a big deal when you're trying to guard guys in man coverage or match, when they're cutting, when they're making some crazy plays like a zig route, a corner route, a post route. I feel like if you have that +2 agility, it's going to help out a lot out there. He isn't hitting that 90 play rec, which I really do like. If you want to see that, you'd probably could go Gilmore, but you need multiple corners on the field anyways. I feel like you could, him and Gilmore are very, very interchangeable. I would say if you run more man, I would probably go Ramsey. If you run more zone, I'd probably go Gilmore. But at the end of the day, you probably should have both of them on your field regardless if you could afford it. Jalen Ramsey definitely #1 right now for me in the game. All right, boys, make sure to comment down below which cornerbacks are you using in the game right now. I'm going to tell you guys right now, I'm using Tracy Porter, Jalen Ramsey, and also Stephon Gilmore. I do want to go get that D'Angelo Hall, but he is pretty expensive right now, so I'm just rocking that Tracy Porter, who has been very, very good for me. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys are enjoying the top 10s. Make sure that sub so close to 20K, boys. Appreciate the love so far, man, in 23. Hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace out, boys.